Well, welcome to Klamath Falls, Oregon. I've got until 10 p.m. when my train back home arrives to drink every chai latte in the city, which, my count is that it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about 13 of them. Which is a lot, legally speaking. I think it does legally count as a lot. In fact, it legally counts, I think, as all of the chai lattes in the whole of Klamath Falls, unless I missed some, which is very possible. It's likely, even. I cannot wait for the diabetic coma that will follow from drinking a month's worth of sugar in about half a day. And I can't wait for all of that dairy to make my butt, sort of 9/11 the bathrooms of the southbound Coast Starlight tomorrow. Sorry, Amtrak. Forgive me for being shocking. But I like tea. Really, I love tea. Unfortunately, if I want to leave my house, I can't really love tea anymore in most places in the US. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to spend like $4.50 for someone to hand me a styrofoam cup with a bag of Lipton green tea that's at a lukewarm temperature or boiling, and it's already been oversteeped by the time it gets to me. So by the time I realize what I want and I get what I want, I realize I shouldn't want what I want. Acceptable coffee has actually become pretty easy to find here in the States, even in like a small city, like, for example, Klamath Falls. But acceptable tea, not so much. Not even in like larger cities in the US. It's a mostly internet-based affair, unfortunately. So, every 6 years or so, when I get the absolutely depraved urge to beverage a drink in public, my best option is really a chai latte, which, it's as related to tea as I am. For reference, tea is a plant. I'm a reptile. 2 entirely different kingdoms there. So, chai latte, it's basically become I'm not going to call it the best option, but it definitely feels like a special fun time treat. And, not just because of the absolutely absurd sugar content within. But because it's something I don't really have the tools to make myself at home. I'd have to buy like a couple things, so it's different. It does feel worth it in a way. When I blow my money, I want to blow it on something that at least feels like it's going to cause a future trip to the dentist, and that it's got a nice feeling to it. It feels a little special. I can't make it at home 20 times better for a 20th of the price, which is what I would do for basically every tea outside of a handful of specialty tea shops in the US. Also, special fun time treat, because I took the train here, and my car, that doesn't exist because I don't have one, that, it can't fit in the baggage compartment of an Amtrak. Dear Miss Autism, I am a faithful listener, writing to you today to inform you that you are both wrong and stupid. Asking you if you haven't ever heard of the Amtrak auto train would be as redundant as asking you if you are both stupid and wrong. Which you are. Unlike the auto train, which operates non-stop between Lorton and Sanford, it would seem your brain makes many stops, each one of them a different synonym for wrong or stupid. Next stop, Moran, Wyoming. Only 20 more hours until you get to your hometown of Ding Dong, Texas, where the train doesn't go. Thank you. So, this is going to be a good opportunity to test the robustness of the Klamath Falls public transit system, which I'm already going to say I've hit a hiccup, entirely my fault. Instead of just waiting at the nice, lovely Amtrak stop, which it definitely would have picked me up at, I was wandering around a bit, and looking at Google Maps, I realized I was closer to a different stop, so I waited there. I didn't see a sign though, but I assumed, it's a smaller system. Maybe it's, you could flag the bus down. I attempted to flag, it did not work, and the bus sort of sailed right on past me, which, okay, that's fine. That happens a lot. I should have known better. The Google stop lists for small town buses is not particularly accurate. In fact, I'd say it's particularly, I'll really slur that word. It's particularly inaccurate. So, chai latte. The grinder of drinks. Let's see who's got the best in Klamath Falls. All right, welcome to voiceover autism. As I've got a lot of time left at this bus stop because the headways are what they are. I don't know what they are. I'd be shocked if they were less than half an hour. I assume it's an hour. It's probably an hour or worse. It gives me a chance to record more audio. What? And then I could kind of just point my camera outside of the old bus, and you could kind of take in the beauty of this lovely little American town, or I don't know, the horrors of any town USA. Chai lattes, they're kind of neat because they don't really fit with the traditional tea categories. They're usually made with a combination of a chai tea concentrate and steamed milk. The concentrate is some sort of combination of very strong black tea, spices, and enough sugar to cause 7 bankruptcies and from the inevitable dental bills that your insurance will not cover, or at least mine won't. My understanding, these concentrates are not made in-house. Sometimes they are. They're usually not. It's usually a jug of something that they got from some sort of factory that produces both concentrates of chai tea and despair. The despair is sort of they make that in every factory, That's nothing special. That's just a byproduct of sort of every industry, and I'd say probably occupation at this point. Boy, this is a cheery one. Maybe after my 13th dairy sugar drink, I'll be feeling even happier. There are variations on the chai tea concentrate plus steamed milk combination though. I've seen places that just dump in a jug of Arizona iced tea with I think some sort of just spice concentrate. There's no tea in it. Although there's not really tea in Arizona iced tea either. So I guess there's not much of a difference really. And then probably there's also sugar in that other concentrate. It's just like a chai syrup, spice syrup, and steamed milk. So we've got variety here possibly. I hope there's variety, because if I get 13 chai lattes, that all taste exactly the same. That will be like sort of amusing in a meta way. Like how the second episode of that Clerks TV show was Clip Show.
Defense calls George Lucas.
George Lucas!
State your name and latest film.
George Lucas, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
You know, in watching it, it's actually not very funny. It's more of like conceptually funny. And things that are conceptually funny, they're often not like actually funny. And so this wouldn't be actually funny. This would be Clerks the TV show funny. And at best, I want to be Clerks 3 funny.
What's going on? You okay? Hey. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey! Don't fucking leave me, man. Don't leave me.
Those are the sort of lows that I can aim for, like reasonably and realistically. So yeah, 13 different chai lattes, please. Make them different, because I'm gonna have 13 of them! You know, it would have been 14 chai lattes, but between the last time I was checking over the list and making sure I didn't miss, you know, and any places that make a chai latte here, and now, you know, when I got off the train and checked everything, which was about 48 hours, one of them closed. So that's disappointing. Just went out of business, I guess. Really, they should have waited. If they had waited for me, then, oh man, that I could have just totally saved their business by kind of talking up their chai latte and talking about how, you know, if their chai latte was a cat from the musical Cats, it would probably be McCavity. Both because his name sounds like cavity, a non-negotiable byproduct of rampant consumption of their product, and because their tea has broken every human law, which is in fact a lot of crimes that eventually stop being whimsical and, you know, fun and start being horrific. You know, I mean, he's called a monster of depravity, a monster of depravity. That pun should be a crime. McCavity makes Divine look like Alvin. Well, layers to that one. Alright, what do I want out of a chai latte? What makes for a good chai latte? Well, I want something creamy. I want something milky. I want, you know, some nice, like, froth, right? The mouthfeel's gotta be good. It's gotta have a nice, like, thick, coating mouthfeel. It should feel kind of special to drink. It should feel different than just milk, water, and tea. You know, I want, like, fragrant and warm spices, you know, cinnamon, black pepper, ginger, cloves, that sort of thing. I guess ginger isn't really a spice, it's just... I don't know what it is. I was about to say it's a plant, but those are all plant parts. Okay, I gotta pull out of that one before I walk too close to the son of madness. I want something that has the sugar content of 18 donuts, but not 19, because that would be excessive. I want something that at least tastes like someone took a photograph of actual tea leaves and put it up in a local museum that I do not want to spend an afternoon in. Oh my god, just shut up and drink some chai already. Step 1. Hop on board the 2 line and ride at about 12 minutes to the Ultimate Transit Station. Step 2. Cross the deadly, nefarious, and appropriately named South 6th Street Road without becoming the victim of James Spader sexual fantasy. Step 3. Walk about 3 minutes to Die Hard Coffee. That's nice how that worked out. They're both 3. Step 4. The most difficult and dangerous of them all. Have a successful human interaction. Kinda wish I could just take my chances with the Lincoln convertible, to be honest. Listen to that baby strode. Woo! Got darn. Alright, so we've already encountered a failure number 1, which is astonishing. Actually, it's failure 2. But this is a beverage-related failure rather than a transit-related failure. The failure comes in the fact that, well... So there are places closer to the Amtrak stop, the station. But I chose to come out here because, according to Google Maps, which is, this is maybe a tour of the many failures of Google Maps. Google Maps said Die Hard Coffee closes 10:30 a.m. So, all right, that's got to be my first stop. And then there's another place to get a chai latte nearby that closes at noon. So, okay, cool. We'll come right here. Perfect, makes sense. I get there, and Die Hard Coffee. Well, looks like it chose this day to Die Hard because it was closed. They are not open on Wednesdays. And I'm here on a Wednesday. They're open like Thursday through Sunday. All right. Great. Hours don't line up at all with what Google Maps had. So we're already sort of at a failure rate of 2 out of 14. Because one of them has gone out of business. And the other just wasn't open today. Thanks, Google Maps. You suck. That place may have been called Die Hard Coffee, but I'm gonna cry hard. All right, the failures continue. Sort of never-ending streak. My life just like plastered up in 24 frames a second. Okay, so I mentioned that I came this way for 2 places, one of which was closed, Die Hard Coffee, Cry Harder, and the Donut House, which closes at noon. They're a drive-through. God, I love the noises of nature. They're really beautiful. They don't have an espresso machine right now. The menu that was posted online by somebody, I guess, was from a time when they did. So I got a chocolate croissant instead. I don't know. It's kind of like a chai in that my body wants to reject it. But in good news, I finally got something. The human being. They have chai. So after 3 out of 14 failures, we have 1 success, 25% chai success rate. They are also a drive-through. Both of these I was thankfully able to just walk up to the window. Ooh, I spilled some already. So that's good. That's nice of them. They didn't look too weird at me. Or just asking, obnoxious questions. And, the human being came with this coffee bean that I'm just going to eat, I guess. It's fine. It tastes like coffee. With like a sugary thing around it. I think it was white chocolate. Oh, it's chocolatey, normal chocolate, too. That's nice. That was a little free gift, so that's cool. Oh my god, I can't... It's like 11 a.m. And this is going to be my first chai. Secondary note. The human being. The location that I went to is not the one that's on Google Maps. There's nothing in that spot on Google Maps. There's nothing there. I checked. I just walked past it on my way to the donut house. It was just there. And I figured I might as well stop there because Google Maps has just been a series of failures. And if it was wrong about its location, then I'd have to come back. So finally, a chai latte. I can finally drink something. I've been in this city for like 4 hours already. What a world. Okay, I'm already spilling everywhere. Here we go. Okay. It's not Can't really tell without the lid off. Let's see. How frothy are you? Okay, you're not frothed. I'm gonna ding them for that. That's an important part of the chai latte experience for me, is that sort of frothy up top texture. Ooh, I definitely rubbed the mic there. No professional stuff here. We got so many layers on it, it's hard to keep track of everything. God, it's loud here. Ooh, I almost lost the lid. I did not put you back. Oh my god. Oh, I'm burning myself. Oh my god. Wow. And I hit the mic again, that's for sure. We're racking up the competencies today, baby. Okay, I'm getting some of the spices here. We got, it's like a cinnamony, cardamom-y thing. I think because it was not, all frothed up, it did not have what I really like as well, which is a dusting of spice over the top. It's just fun. It looks nice. It's a thing. Maybe that's for those, fancy, big city, pretentious nerds like me. This is real America, where real people drink real drinks, and not something frilly. And then I farted. Oh god, how much of this should I drink? I don't think I could. Oh my god. Here's okay, so this is, I'm going to say, a subpar chai latte. It's fine. I would be, if I got this, I'd be a little disappointed because it doesn't really live up to the image in my mind of what I like from a chai latte. But it tastes fine. It's not, it doesn't taste bad, it's just missing a couple things that would make it more interesting. Well, I guess I am going to drink this because here's a smart thing. Where am I going to throw this out? The only garbage can is this entire world. There's no specific garbage cans. It's all garbage can here. There's nothing, there's a newspaper box. That's kind of like garbage cans, but if, garbage was words. Ooh, take that, print media. Yeah, Is that trash? Oh, there's a mailbox. That's kind of like garbage. Ding dong, Texas, where the train doesn't go. Ding dong, where the train doesn't go. Dear Mr. Author of Complaints, I am a steadfast observer, writing to you today to inform you that you are both incorrect and dumb. Asking you if you are unaware of the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway, which delivered 2 bells to the town of Ding Dong, Texas in 1962, would be as superfluous as asking you if you are both dumb and incorrect, which you are. Unlike the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway, which merged with the Burlington National Railway in 1996, it would seem like your brain has never merged with any facts, because it is incorrect and dumb. Thank you. I mean, I'm just gonna, be taking sips without thinking. So eventually I probably am gonna work my way through this. Uh-oh. And, you know, the next one I'm pretty sure is also a drive-through. So there's not going to be a bathroom there. Bathroom? Oh, no. They got problems, kids. Oh, I also saw, this is how I know I'm not in Kansas anymore, or really that, in a way, sort of spiritually I am, a pickup truck with Christmas lights. You know, just like lights on a string, just all, okay. I feel like I should wait a minute for this sort of siren cavalcade to be over. Okay, a truck that had, you know, lights, those green stringed lights on a string Christmas lights, just taped up all over the automobile. The whole thing just covered in them. Is that, I mean, I don't really care about legality, but is that street legal? Can you do that? Like, headlights are already, like, blindingly bright. Oh, is that a trash can in front of that? That Days Inn? That might be. Oh, I should have crossed earlier. I was a fool. I was a rube. I had no idea. I mean, that would just blind people. Like, headlights are already so bright. Headlights are already dangerously bright. And then you're gonna just strap more lights to your vehicle? Like, what are you doing? Speaking of lights on a vehicle, isn't it a little inconsiderate to, you know, be having buildings on fire while I'm recording a YouTube video? Honestly, I mean, that's kind of messed up. God, wouldn't that be something if the coffee chai place I was going to next was on fire right now? That's a nice log. That's a good log. Well, I don't know. Like, what? Is this just a big decorative log? To say, like, hey, look, there's a... Oh, it's got... Oh. 425 years old and you cut it down. That's cool. No trash cans, though. I mean, again, this world is just a big old trash can. Take a, you know, 425-year-old tree and just chop the poor thing down. Look at how big this was once. Keith Rice? Puh. Yeah, more like... No, I don't have anything. Wouldn't that be cool if ants did that with people? God, I'm really losing the thread now. Oh, here's a weird thought. Why is it more offensive to cut down an old tree than a young tree? Whereas, you know, to our, like, whatever modern sensibilities compared to cutting down via murder an old human compared to a young human. Okay, I'm gonna go look for a trash can on my way down to the next place. Oh, wait, no. Okay, here's my plan. Oh, my bones. Oh my God, I can't squat. My thighs are so sore. I'm gonna try to at least review this here donut house creation. It was only $2. It's pretty good for a croissant. As a croissant fan, you know. I'm pretty good croissant. It tastes kind of donut-y too, which is interesting. Tastes like a donut and a croissant, but not like a cronut. 3 miles later. Alright, one long walk later. And I made it to Coffee Pod. Whew. Also, another drive-up one, but it did have a walk-up window, which was nice. Appreciate that. I don't know the etiquette on, like, a drive-up window that has people on it already, like cars. It feels weird standing behind a car. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't feel good about that. Also, here's a subplot now. These Little coffee beans. I have never gotten one with anything ever in my life. And here they are. So I'm gonna eat it. Okay. I taste coffee. Not as much of that like white chocolate thing. A little bit of chocolate. Oh my god. This is terrible. It's so loud. Ugh. Awful. Okay, I think the other one was better. Also, I waited to eat the other one longer, so I got a chance to like warm up. All right, but here's our chai. We got another one. I got to see how this was made. They used a powdered mixture rather than, I'm used to like the concentrate being like in a jug, you know, a liquid mixture. This was a powder that they poured whole milk into, and they steamed that. So I can already tell just looking at it, there's a good texture on it. It looks frothier. All right, let's give it a little, hold on. Oh, there we go. I had to push the little doodad back. All right, Strodesville. You know, I gotta say, I'm pleasantly surprised that the sidewalk comes all the way out to here. I'm surprised it keeps going. Sorry, Roald Dahl, but we don't need you anymore. I had an urge to just follow that until it stopped sidewalking, but I foolishly started my day with a tea on the Amtrak here. And I don't think I've ejected that from my body yet. And so I don't have time to be walking up and down sidewalks for the rest of my life, going who knows how long. Although, man, knowing I will probably never, ever be back here in my life, like in what circumstances would bring me back here? It did make me want to go there. Also, I did take my gloves off because I was warming up, and now my hands are cold. Okay, this chai is less sweet. I think I'm getting a little more tea. The spices are a little more like muted melange of spices rather than like sharp notes of, oh, this is ginger, this is cinnamon. It's like a vague kind of schmear. It's definitely got, I could tell there's spices in it. It's got a little warming sensation to it. I'm happy with this frothy texture. My God, this is a whole thing of milk. I couldn't imagine just drinking regular old milk like this, but you put some sugar in it and some other garbage, all of a sudden I'm drinking it. Wait. I had plans to go to a different Starbucks, but this one's right here. And I'm assuming I can go inside of this location, the first place I'll actually be able to go into. And my God, I can't wait to go out of it, if you know what I mean. You know, bathroom. Okay, this is Coffee Pause. Did I even say what the place was called? This is a mess. Fine. Yeah, that's an adequate chai. You know what? They did have a drink that was 6 shots of espresso and half, and if you're drinking that thing, stop. Don't do it. What's wrong with you? Why would you do that to yourself? What a terrible idea. Ugh. I say that as I'm about to drink I was planning on doing 14 chais in one day, but I'm cutting it down, you know, inadvertently. Oh man. I hope this place is made of toilets. Success. Double success. I probably shouldn't hold my camera like I'm just walking normally, huh? So I did not get to watch how they made it because I really just wanted to use the toilet. You know, I could have waited. I could have I could have watched and then inexplicably walked away right before they were about to give it to me so I could, evacuate. But I didn't. Also, here, so on the map, this is one of those streets that has a green line indicating that there is a full-on bike lane. That's the bike lane, not that line. There it is. Can you imagine? Like, I would not bike that. I would bike the sidewalk. What an insane thing to do. Someone designed that and really, I don't know, they were not using brain. I don't know what they were using, but this is a nightmare. Look at that. You're gonna get murdered. All right, this should be like, to me, this should be the, what would you call it? Like the baseline, right? When you think chai latte, Starbucks should be, providing like, oh no. Where are they? I don't know where they are. There's 2 jet planes, like military-looking fight. I mean, they're military fighter things that, I guess there's an Air Force base or something around here. I don't know. But they've been flying around all day causing all sorts of ruckus. And I hate it. Okay. Wow. Very different than the last one. It's fun doing these back to back. Like I walked in there and threw my cup out from Coffee Paws, which was funny to me. My God, it's so loud. What a nightmare zone. And this intersection has these, they're facing the wrong way. Look, what happened? They're pushing this one to go this way. It should be the other way around. I've never in my life have I seen that. That is so weird. How does that happen? Anyway, the Starbucks one, way sweeter. It's spicy. I think it's like a ginger spiciness. Yeah, the spices are way heavier in it. Yeah, lots of cinnamon. Like a red hot, like that candy, that like spicy sort of cinnamon. I would say the worst kind of cinnamon, because there's at least two kinds of cinnamon that I know of. And it tastes like the one I don't like as much. Yeah, it's a lot of that. Wow, it's really heavy on the cinnamon. Very sweet. The texture is, it's fine, yeah. It's frothed. It tastes like how it should taste. It feels like how it should feel. I like that the spice is, I almost said spice, but then I remember there's a ginger kind of thing in there too. As I'm kind of talking, rambling, I'm getting a sort of like, I don't know, breathing out and getting cardamom. I feel like, oh my God, my nose is so runny. Oh, it's like always runny. First off, and then second off, it's a little chilly here. It's not so bad, although I'm gonna have to put my gloves back on, I'm certain. And we're at a higher elevation. I definitely felt it while I was walking. I was like, this feels like I'm not at sea level anymore, or like under 1,000 feet. My breathing definitely feels like I'm doing more. And yeah, we're like 4,000 feet here. So between all of that, my nose is in fountain territory. Eat your heart out, Duchamp. Look at that little walking path. That's fun. Unfortunately, my timing was like, I don't know, 5 minutes late to get to to catch one of the buses from the Walmart there, right by the Starbucks, which that would have been nice. So I have to walk back to the old transit center where I got dropped off in the first place. These ones are like that too. These, God, why? Who? Ooh. Who did that? My favorite part of every city, the car dealership section. Look at the size of that thing. Wow. Foamy. I don't believe it. Wow. Would you look at that? Wow, wow, wow. After walking the 1.5 miles from Starbucks to the now a little too familiar Altamont transit station, I boarded the hourly 2 bus to the cluster of spiced pre-urine on the other side of downtown. Despite the high ridership I'd seen so far, the buses in Klamath Falls stopped running pretty early in the day, and the walk between downtown, the location of both the last remaining cluster of sewage to be, and the Amtrak station where I needed to end up at the end of the day anyway, and these 2 dispensers of future diarrhea up here north of Klamath Falls, would be about 2 miles of foot scooting. So rather than risk the walk, I breezed past downtown, and 20 minutes later, and nearly devoid of energy, arrived in the northern chunk of Klamath Falls to continue my absurd task that millions of years of human evolution had been building up to. Welcome to Dutch Brothers. Now they're all drive-through locations, I think. There's one like downtown. I don't think that's a drive-through location. Ooh, I wonder if I could actually set my camera down. Whatever. Too much work to figure out where to set it down and how to get a nice angle on it. This is an interesting spout. It does kind of work. I don't know. Maybe I'm on board. Wait. I could do that. That's exciting. I did make an error here. And, you know, they asked if I wanted whipped cream, and I just kind of said yeah. Wasn't really thinking. It was not a thinking day for me. I mean, okay. I will admit, I am definitely flagging a bit on my walk to the transit station. I was starting to feel it. I did not sleep a lot last night on the train. And, yeah. I still got like 9 hours left in this city. Just to, whatever, not pass out somewhere randomly. Okay, this one, how are you, Dutch Brothers? The spices are, I mean, in comparison to Starbucks, they are so muted, which is kind of nice. Yeah, the milks, I couldn't, it seemed like they were doing a pretty similar technique to everyone else. Couldn't really see. Yeah, there's a sort of vague, soft, warm spice melange. You know. Not too exciting. The texture's fine. It's decently frothy. The employee there did try to have a conversation with me, which, my God, he asked what I was up to today, and you know what, I should have just told him what I was doing. I just said this is a regular day for me, which it's not. But I also didn't want to talk. So, there you go. Look at that moss. That's nice. But yeah, I would say, to me, that this Dutch Brothers one is a pretty, I would classify this as, like, the standard. So far, it seems to be like, this is hitting right in the middle. The textures is proper. There's some spices, they're not super loud like the Starbucks one. It's not, I mean, it's definitely quite sweet, but it's not overly sweetened. I mean, from a medical perspective, it certainly is, but, flavoristically speaking, it's fine. Bravada Brewhouse. First off, let's just admire that the small is 8 ounces. My God, what a world. Ugh. This should be like the small, right? I'm not a coffee person, but I adore the size of espresso. If I was going to become a coffee person, that's probably what I would have to drink, because every other sort of coffee product I've had has given me horrific diarrhea. But, you know, espresso hasn't. It just doesn't taste good for me. I could probably learn to like it. But you know what? None of this is about that. This is about this lovely 8-ounce cup here. Okay. That's very frothy. They spiced the top of it with like I'm gonna say it's a pumpkin spice one. We have another set of stupid crossy dings. Crossy dings. I'm losing my mind. I'm flagging, okay? There's the old Dutch bros. Bravada's somewhere over there. Okay. And that was definitely a place that was designed for people to be inside of it. It asked if I wanted it for here to go. You know, that's a first. That's exciting. Okay. I will say, I don't know if I really mentioned it there, but toward the end, that, oh my god, I pressed the wrong button because these buttons make no sense. Towards the end of that old Dutch Brothers, oh my god, I forgot what I was doing for a minute, where I was. I'm in Oregon. It got just milk flavor. It was just milk. This is nice. The texture is really good. It's, you know, I didn't mention the flavor of milk, but flavor of milk is definitely part of it. Because it's so milky. Everything's so milky here, like myself. I couldn't see how they made it, unfortunately. That was like, it was hidden behind their machinery, which is unfortunate. I could probably just ask them what they do. But that would involve like social interaction, and I don't do that. Here, this looks like a lovely place to hang out. What an odd... Why is this like this? Anyway, you know, weirdly... Oh my god, I was about to enter into... Yeah, I'll enter into it. It's only up until now that I think I'm stupid. I associated the name Dutch Brothers with the Netherlands, with Dutch. I don't know, for some reason, they're like, I think Scandinavia, because the first time I think I ever saw a Dutch Brothers... Oh wait, maybe I'm mixing up with Caribou Coffee. Because that was the first time I saw that was in, like, Minnesota. Although I might have seen a Dutch Brothers there too. So it's always been Scandinavian in my head. Even though it's got Dutch right in the name. That doesn't make sense. Let's wander. Briefly. The spices are pretty nice. They're not super powerful, but they're there. They're not so subtle that I'm really trying to reach for them. The texture on it's good. Tea? I couldn't tell you that there was tea in this. It's okay. Oh, maybe I could. I actually just got a little bit of a... Oh, wow. And then I got some like black pepper in there with the black tea, which was nice. A tiny bit of spice. It's like the flavor of spice without the sensation of spice, if that makes sense. Like, it's not spicy, but it's something that I can like acknowledge has the flavor profile. I'm losing it, of things that are spicy. I bet if I eat those berries, I'll be rejuvenated. What are you, juniper? I don't even know. We're almost there. Just like that one other little stretch is left. And really, this is only the fourth one I've had. Right? No, it's not. Is it? Oh my god, I'm losing it. Human being? Where am I? Coffee pause. Starbucks. Dutch Brothers in this. Oh, this is... So that's the fifth one. Wow. Not too many more left. 6 more, I think. We can do this, kids. I might drink all this. Okay. Now it's getting... getting predominantly milk, and then a little bit of the spice. I feel like the thing I would say for all of these, and probably for every chai latte ever made in history, is more tea flavor. Like, they just lack the tea flavor. They need more of the tea flavor. They don't, you know. there may be not even tea in this. I was kind of hoping that, I would drink so much of these that all that caffeine would kind of keep me going throughout this very long day after being on no sleep. Okay, good texture. Yeah. This might be my favorite so far, especially because it's in a small little thing. Okay. Bravada. There you go. Hotel Bravada. Hey, idiot. Welcome to a little place you maybe might have possibly heard of called the One Line. That's right. I'm on the bus. I'm back. I'm on it. I'm going. I'm moving. I'm front. I'm forward. I'm Clint Eastwood. I'm side to side, left to right, every possible direction. Here I go. All I got left is the downtown chai latte sector, right next to the corporate sector, and then I'm done. I'm done drinking chai. My train out of here still doesn't show up for another 7 hours.
Unless it's late.
So yeah, that's a fun little non-adventure I get to have that you will not be a witness to in any way whatsoever, and never will be, because there are parts of the human experience that are meant to be private and not broadcast to the world, the horrendous selection of digital peeps. What is wrong with all of you? Oh, hey, look, I'm here. Good finger placement, dip-ass voiceover complete. Start. Alright, so here's the deal. My butt finally realized it wanted to get revenge on me for all the things. Oh, hold on. It's foamer time. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. Give me that. Woo. Look, can you read those signals? Can you? Oh, look at that. They changed. What does that mean? Do you know? Oh, yeah. Wow. Well, I do, a bit of, we'll call it light foaming. Maybe it's heavy. I don't know. A little bit heavy. Yeah, that's what my butt remembered. It didn't like that I was putting so much dairy and sugar and other garbage into my body, and so it sought revenge on me. I desperately tried to remember where I saw some public bathrooms downtown, when I was on the 2 and coming through there, and yeah, I went there. I successfully remembered where they were. I was so happy with myself. I'm like a prodigy of finding a toilet. And then you know what? Locked. Not even in use, they're just straight up locked. Like, what is the point of having public bathrooms in your little park if you lock them? They said vacant. I tried. I waited. Not for too long because, oops, that would be bad. And so then I had to give up on that little escapade and find a different set of toilets and also chai. This chai from the van, whatever. Oh, look at that! We got an engine at the back. Good old loco. Yeah, that's sexy. Appreciate that. And so I got a chai latte from them, and then I, 15 minutes before they're closing, after I'm pretty sure they already cleaned the bathroom, I went in there and I'm sorry, Levain Bakery, Levon, I don't know. I apologize deeply for the various bad smells and sounds and semi-solids. I really sort of horrifically deposited within your, I think, just cleaned toilet and general bathroom. I do apologize for all of that, but in a way, I hope it makes you feel better knowing that you will be paying it forward. That, what you got was the punishment of the chais I had already had. And in giving me another one of these, eventually I will ruin another bathroom. You know, I will 9/11 another one of those. Thanks to you. So, you know, cheers. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this was a, they had a little jug of a chai latte concentrate that they mixed with some steamed milk. Pretty standard. That's or what I imagine is standard. There's been a lot more powder than I thought there would be here. I kind of ruined my punishment with that good old foamer moment. But here, I don't know how much this camera can pick up on distance, but right across the way there is the BF. Whew. You want to take that again, Sonny? The BS Coffee Co. They're closed. I didn't make it in time. They closed at 2. It's like 2:45. Very embarrassing on my part. Poor planning, because I changed my plans at the last minute and didn't really do enough research into like the effects of them, which was not smart. So there you go. Another failure, and this one is my fault. You know, so I'm gonna kind of sit here and bask in my failure. God, this is the third one I've missed? 1, 2, 3. I think so. No. Doing great. Doing great. Doing fantastic. Doing wonderful. I'm so good at things. Well, at least I got this, which tastes different. It's got a, almost like a chocolatey thing in there. I'm trying to figure out what spice that is. It's not as milk forward as the last two were. The texture's pretty good. Okay. It's got like a, how do I describe? God, I should be good at this now, and yet. Here I am sort of failing all over myself in public. Like a nutmeg quality, I think I'd say to it. There's also like a near, I'm going to say chocolatey note in there. It's not chocolate, or like cocoa-ish. It's adjacent to that. It's near it. It isn't it, but it's near it. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think it's nutmeg is what I'm getting. That's a different set of spices in terms of flavor. So that's fun. Look, we get variety. There's subtle differences between these. And, you know, I'm sorry for what I did to your bathroom. But, yeah. Pay it forward, okay? That's what we're doing here. While I continue to fail at what I thought would be a pretty simple task of just going to a couple places to get a chai latte. Let's come back in to briefly discuss the bus situation again. That bus also, quite a lot of people on it for an hour headway. Hold up. That's staying in. Oh, look at all those birds. Honestly, like, Klamath Falls, qu'est-ce que c'est what? Like, what are doing? I got the old, the day pass, which was unlimited rides for the day, although, well, I'll get into that in a moment, but let's take a look at it just for fun. What does this look like? This thing cost $1.50, although since I didn't have change, here's $2. Look at this. Although it just says transfer, so I guess it's not. Oh, it says all day pass. Look at that. This thing's huge. I don't know why it has to be this big, but it is. It's really inconvenient to put anywhere, but hey, I got it. That's fun. So we can enjoy that. Their bus service, it starts so late and ends so early. The earliest bus starts at like 8, and a lot of them, you know, don't start until like 9 basically, and they end service at the latest at 5 for all their routes. A lot of them end earlier than that. So this all day pass is a little you know, it's not that long. It can't, like, with the amount of like time between these routes and the fact that the times are so limited, and that's a weekday schedule. I don't know what the weekend schedule is. I don't know if it's even open during the weekend. It might be one of those services that just does not run like Saturday, Sunday, which is baffling because no one has to travel those days, I guess. The Burlington National Railway in 1996. Burlington National Railway. Burlington National. National. Dear mixed writer of wrongs, I am a loyal follower, writing to you today to inform you that you are both erroneous and fatuous. Asking you if you lack the knowledge of the true name of the Burlington Northern Railroad would be as supererogatory as asking if you are both fatuous and erroneous, which you are. Unlike former president of the Burlington Northern Railroad, Gerald Grinstein, having to read anything penned by your erroneous and fatuous hand makes me want to change my name to Francine Frownstein. Thank you. Gathering grounds. The only thing I'm gathering is... Oh god. That's vile. You can't put that on the internet. The only thing I'm gathering is failures. They closed. I didn't make it in time. I also am not going to make it to Nano's either. Oh look, it's another one of these incorrect sign thing buttons. Oh, we're still gurgling. So, what I thought would be a sort of fail-proof task has, well, it's been failed. I don't even know, I don't know what the count is now, but I'm missing out on a lot of chai lattes. But this is Lipa Taste. We got this one, and then there's one more to go. We're almost there, even though we're actually not. I think realistically, we're maybe going to be slightly over half, which I think is still enough. Ooh, look. Give that a touch. Ew. Yep, okay, this one. Lipa Taste. Let's redeem ourselves with something nice here. They definitely dusted it with spices, like a pumpkin spicy kind of deal. In terms of flavor, what do I got? What do I got besides despair? Ugh. Oh, it popped. Can't put that on the internet. Ooh, really heavy cardamom on this. That's interesting. They were making a variety of drinks at once, so it was hard for me to tell what exactly was being made. I was actually paying attention to the wrong drinks, I think. But I think this was oh yeah. Oh, I just gunged everywhere. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, this cardamom. Like predominantly, almost exclusively cardamom. The texture's fine. It's relatively frothy. Oh, I'm beat. My god. I like the spice blend on this. It's different. It stands out a lot compared to the others. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. A little bit more than fine. This is one of the better offerings, I think. Maybe I taste tea. It's hard to tell. Oh, look at that. I thought that was like an LDS church, but it's a movie theater. Well, there you go. Maybe they'll put my videos up there one day. And they could really, make the movie theater business, cease to be a business. Yeah, no, this one's kind of really warming up to me. No, it's not. I'm warming up to it. Even though I was already pretty warm on it. Oh, and there's a trash can. Oh, forget Jesus. This is my new God. The only trash can you could find in a church is the whole property. It's okay. A lot of people say they're spiritual but not religious. But personally, I like to think of myself as being religious but not spiritual. I don't believe in anything, but I'm a slave to ritual. So take that, nerds. Go piss your pants. Okay, on to Amy's, the final try. Let's at least pretend I got a fucking clue. Amy's was closed. That one's not even my fault. That one, the Google Maps said it would be open till 4. The sign on their door said it would be open till 4. I touched the door at 3:29 and it didn't budge. It was locked and the inside was dark. They were closed. What an absolute disaster on just every level. From like planning, execution, getting my hand in the frame, coming up with lists. Like it all just failed. I thought sitting in front of this beautiful Southern Pacific locomotive would be where I would kind of, be triumphant and just really secure my victory here. It didn't even occur to me that I would miss one of these places. It wasn't even a possibility in my mind. It was a given that I would succeed, and you know what? I think if I'm lucky, I made half of them. I don't deserve to be sitting by this glorious steam engine. I deserve to be all the way over there, where there's a jet engine as part of a military park thing, really hammering home the symbols of American imperialism and mass murder conducted by the state. That's where I belong. The amount of suffering I've inflicted upon both myself and the world is, I would say, about on par with what the American government has done overseas. I'm sorry, train. I failed you. I'm right next to a pile of rat feces or rabbit feces, and I deserve it. I don't deserve to be next to this train. I should be under its very wheels. This was really an unmitigated catastrophe. Name one mitigation. I dare you. You didn't. You failed. We have that in common. You and me. Yep. I'm gonna carry the weight of this failure in the same manner that this gorgeous, gorgeous piece of machinery would, carry cars and, I don't know, maybe freight, maybe passengers. I don't know. I don't know enough about locomotives. I just know they look pretty. I don't know how to end this now. I started with a train and with hope, with dreams, with, visions of grandeur and glory. And now I'm, dodging piles of rabbit poop. And then thinking, oh boy, I'm still here for like 6.5 more hours. Well, okay. Who keeps sending me all this mail? Does that say super erogenous?